Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about the worst Funko Pops of the decade, so stay tuned, you don't want to miss out. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and turn on all notifications so you know when I drop one of my latest videos. And guys, if you haven't joined the Discord yet, you don't know what you're missing out. The link will be in the description and in the comments. Would love to see all you guys on there. But let's get right into this episode of the worst Funko Pops of the decade. And there's a lot of bad pops on here. I thought I'd put it all together for you guys. First, we're going to go off with two categories. And I know what you're thinking, that if you've watched my channel for a while, you know that I love Chrome. And not all of them, but Chrome itself as a category has a lot of bad Funko Pops in there. And a lot of the times the chrome is done very poorly and the chrome flakes. I've had chrome Funko Pops that have flaked before. I'm sure you have too. But this is one of the worst categories that Funko has ever created. And personally, there are some that are good. I'm sure you guys like the pink chrome Batman and then the blue chrome Batman Funko Pop. Those are two exceptions, and there are several other ones that I like to collect, but the majority of Funko Pop collectors, I couldn't just go off of what I liked, but the majority of Funko Pop collectors do not like chrome. Here is one that some of you might enjoy, but the majority of the community does not like 8-bit Funko Pops. They look more like Legos that aren't Legos, and man, I don't know. I guess the person that was inspired by this liked the Legos, but he was probably shortly let go after this creation. I mean, they sold a lot of Funko Pops, but none of them retained a value just because of how poor the design is. And it's different. This is something you can make in, you could actually make this in one of your own acrylic machines, that 3D printing. If you wanted to, you could actually make this yourself. So anything you can really make yourself isn't something you really want to buy, and I don't really enjoy that piece. Now here's one I think all of you have known about this, but Captain Marvel is one of the worst Funko Pop chases ever designed, and I don't know if there's a worse chase than this. There may be a worse chase than this, but all you guys know that this is one of my least favorite pops just on the design and the look of it. Doesn't look great. I mean, yeah, they came back with a great Dark Captain Marvel, so we'll see where they go with the Captain Marvel line, but the previous years are dead. Now, before we get into some of these other ones, if you are enjoying this episode, make sure to like this video because it really helps the analytics. It helps me grow, guys. You guys are awesome. Comment down below which one of these are on your list of the worst Funko Pops of the decade, or comment down which ones you think should have been added on the list after the episode. Also, share this video with your friends. Don't be a Blue Falcon. And for all you, there's 60% of you guys that aren't subscribed. You guys are just mooching. You guys are just mooching off of me. I really would appreciate it if you subscribe and hit the bell. But anyways, let's get into this. The Bicycle Girl. Now, I'm not saying to get rid of this Funko Pop, but as you can see, the design on this is pretty bad. I had to include the pop and the box in itself in there. The box design, the Bicycle Girl on there is pretty bad. They need to completely redo this pop. It's worth about $60, and then there's an exclusive Bicycle Girl with blood all over her. I just thought this design was poorly done. And if you're a Walking Dead fan, yeah, you want this pop and you want it in your collection. But if not, and you don't know anything about the show and you just saw this, you're just like, oh crap, who made this? Did my 4-year-old make this? Because I think they could have done a little bit of a better job. But anyways, next pop. Next we have the Bad Ape, and it is a bad looking ape. And this depiction of it from the box design to the ape itself. Most of these are going to have box designs on there because of just how poorly it's done. This you could have found in your clearance aisle on the reg. It was released in 2017 for the War of the Planet of the Apes, but it's horrific, and I think that If you have this pop, you probably want to hide it in the back of your shelf so your kids don't get freaked out by how poorly this was designed. Now, you can't argue with this one. This is probably one of the worst Disney Funko Pops, if not the worst Diamond Edition Funko Pops. This had to be when they were experimenting with this. This was released in 2017, the URSULA Diamond Edition Funko Pop. And man, if my kid handed me this after school, and it was like a craft project, I could understand. I'd be like, oh yeah, that's great, you did a good job on that. But whoever designed this was definitely fired when Funko was letting go of people. Man, this thing is horrible. It's just bad from the crown, everything about this. You could see her, from her staff is bent, and her tentacles are like, it looks bad. I don't know how to describe it other than a child made this and put it in a Funko Pop box, and it should be deleted from your collection. I don't think this one's worth that much, but here we go. I'm not saying get rid of your Goofy Funko Pop because it's worth $145. This Disney Funko Pop was released in 2014. Or was it 2012? No, this was 2012 that this was released, because 2014 they really started honing in on their designs and stuff. And one of the worst looking pops, one of the worst looking Goofy Funko Pops, Disney Funko Pops. It's just a bad design. Looks nothing like Goofy. Maybe the original Goofy looked like this. But from the Goofy that we all know and all love, it looks nothing like it. And it's one that you would definitely want to hide in your collection. Now here we have Psy from, Gangnam Style. And this character has died just like the musician has died. But this pop is definitely from an earlier edition. The paint job on this, the painted lips on there, the sunglasses, oh my gosh. Like, it just makes this character look ridiculous. And I don't know if you have this one in your collection. It's worth about, what was it, like $60? But one of the original Funko Pops that doesn't do well when you take it out of the box. Uncle Psy from Dynasty, another original Funko Pop that looks... This one just makes me laugh because I haven't seen a lot of Duck Dynasty. I just remember Psy always had his cup of, tea? He always had that in his hand. But, man, this is just... It's a bad one. I mean, if you watch Duck Dynasty, I can see why you would want this one, but the tan from the beard and with that streak going down the middle of it, I don't know what they were doing with that. And, yeah. Gotta hide this one. Gotta hide this one hard. Ooh, okay, so we have to talk about some Venomized GROOT. This line came out last year. Like I said, this is a decade of the worst Funko Pops, and some of the Venomized line has done really well, and I do appreciate the design and where they're going with it, but this one is a huge miss. This thing's worth like maybe $2, $2 to $4 on anywhere you try to purchase this. I just think that they are messing up on some of the Venomized line. The Venomized Baby Groot looks really cool, and I really appreciate what they did with that one, but the Venomized Thanos Groot, there's like probably about 5 or 6 misses for the Venomized line and then 5 or 6 hits. I think this is another miss for me personally. If you like these, then go collect them. I'm probably offending a lot of people talking about this in my personal opinion, what I think is good and bad. But like I said, at the end of the day, this is in my opinion, and a lot of these things are bad. And the reason most of them don't retain value either. Violet, had to add Violet to this one. She's shooting a bubblegum bubble out of her hand. And so you will find this in many mystery boxes. If you get a mystery box, you're probably going to get a Violet in there, as well as the Amphibian Man. Probably the worst design of the decade, worst color scheme ever produced. As soon as I got this Funko Pop in my collection, I made a video the next week of me destroying it. That's how much I hated this Funko Pop. Like I said, all of these were my personal opinion. There were more I could have added on here. There were some clowns that were poorly designed. Some horror Funko Pops that were poorly designed, and some chrome. More chrome. I could have added more 8-bit pieces that I decided not to add. But this has been the worst Funko Pops of the decade. As many as I thought, or as many as I wanted to put on here. Definitely hit me up in those comments. Let me know some Funko Pops that you have that are older or even newer that are bad and that should have been on this list. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you haven't already. Stop being a bum and subscribe. Share this video with your friends. And as always, guys, big by big, collect all them pops. I'll see you next time. I think tomorrow we might do like something else, like the ugliest Funko Pops of the decade, or I don't know, probably or maybe the best Pops of the decade. We could put a list together of the ones that I think are the best Funko Pops of the decade. Anyways, guys, it's always big by big collecting the Pops. I'll see you next time on another episode. Peace out.